Hello everyone, I am Infant Vikram, Business Study Lecturer from Don Bosco PA College, Chitradurga. In the previous class or in the last session, we learnt about meaning of planning and importance of planning. We learnt two concepts, meaning and importance of planning. And today we shall try to cover two concepts or two topics from the planning chapter, that is limitations of planning. Yesterday we learned about importance. Today we shall learn about limitations of planning. The first limitation is planning leads to rigidity. Rigidity is the thing, but not flexible. I mean, cannot be changed according to our situation or according to need arises or emergency arises. I mean, it cannot be easily changed. This statement says that, overall this statement says that planning leads to rigidity, it seems. See, of course, we cannot deny that planning has got many advantages, because we learned in the last class. All the factors in the world have got their own limitations. In the same way, planning has got its own limitations. Maybe up to 5%, 2%, 1%, that varies. But majority part is advantages. I mean, planning provides major advantages. But of course, there are few limitations. Okay, that too in certain cases. That's all. Okay. Here, this first statement says that planning leads to rigidity, it seems. How we can say? See, yesterday we discussed that the planning, everything will be decided in advance. For example, here CEO plans and decides what to do, where to do, when to do, who is to do, how to do. He decides so many things and finishes the plan, gives to manager. Manager has to just follow those instructions. So whatever plan given by CEO, he has to follow, that's all. In between, if any change has to be made, he has no authority. He has no authority to modify the plan given by CEO. He has no authority to modify the plan given by CEO. He has to follow just what is said in the planning. He has to follow what are the instructions given in the planning. That's all. Everything will be decided by CEO and given to manager. He has to follow. That's all. So in that case, planning leads to rigidity. No modification cannot made. You can ask. So manager can get the permission from CEO. Even higher authorities will not take courage to modify the planning process. They will not desire to modify because sometimes what will happen is, if we change one factor, one thing, what will happen? All the other things have to be modified. For example, manager wants to change the place of production. Okay, production place is decided in the video. Manager wants to change the place of production because assume that because of cholera, the whole change the place of Hero to some other place. So here he will inform to CEO. CEO will not come forward to make modification, because if we change the place of production, we have to change the if we change this one, we have to change who is to do, when to do, all these things we have to change, because we might have selected the leader from Hero to be easy. We might have selected the shops to purchase raw material to make the transportation easy. We might have selected shops to purchase machineries to make transportation easy. So if we change the place, we have to change who is to do, then how is to do, and we have to change the shops to purchase the raw material, machineries, all the things we have to change. So here the planning cannot be easily changed. Of course, it can be changed, but it cannot. It is not so easy. So in that case, it leads to rigidity. See, if a CEO wants to change where to go and place, it will not be easy, because if we change the place, we have to change the leader. If we change the place to Bangalore, we have to choose the leader from Bangalore branch. We have to choose the employees from Bangalore branch. We have to choose the shops to purchase raw material, machineries from Bangalore city. So all the things have to be changed. So in that case, planning leads to rigidity. Fine? Okay. Next limitation is planning cannot work in dynamic environment. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. See, this statement says that planning usually will not work in dynamic environment. As I said to you in the earlier classes, we operate our business in the dynamic environment. I mean, environment keeps on changing often, so it is considered as a dynamic. Right? In that case, planning will not work, it seems, according to this statement. We shall see how. See, here they have planned when to do, and they have planned to produce 30,000 leather bags. They have got 100 employees, and within 30 days they have finished. They have 30 days, they have finished, they have 100 employees, 30,000 bags. I mean, they will set the target according to the planning. Planning what they will do? I mean, 3,000 bags per day, right? 30 days is 3,000 bags per day you have to. Sorry. 1,000 bags per day they have to produce. 1,000 bags per day. How many employees? 100 employees. I mean 10 bags per day by each employee. Everything will be planned here. The planning process, everything will be decided. Time, everything, each and everything will be decided. See, when we decide, assume that we have decided each employee should produce 10 bags per day. We have got 100 employees. So, if we follow the same thing, we will be able to attain this target within 30 days. Assume that in the dynamic environment, new technology is introduced. If we accept that technology, what will happen? We have to give training to employees. That around 2-3 days training will be going. 2 to 3 days. So, this planning will be not allowing, because we have planned to complete the target by the end of this month. If we implement the changes, I mean new technology or new machineries, what will happen? 2-3 days will go for the training. So, it will be very difficult to go for the dynamic environment. Fine. So planning stands as an obstacle to go for the dynamic environment. I mean, easily we cannot accept the changes taking place in the environment because everything is planned. If we introduce new machineries, we have to give training, 2-3 days training for the employees, and all the things will be again. What is that? Things have to be changed. So better we will leave it. We will not accept the new technology. We will go as per the plan. So here planning will not work in dynamic environment. Fine. Next limitation is reduces creativity. See, planning reduces creativity. Seems. You see, in the planning process, I told you, CEO decides. CEO plans what to do, where to do, how to do, who is to do, when to do. He plans everything and gives to manager. CEO decides everything. He plans everything and gives to manager. Here, what is the work of manager? Just following the instructions given in the plan. See what to do, that is decided. He has to follow that way. No more changes. Where to do, that is decided by CEO. He has to follow that way. How to do, everything is decided by CEO. He has to follow. Manager has to follow. Each and every step, each and every instruction given in the planning by CEO. That's all. Here, there is no option for the manager to make changes, to show his creativity or to apply his creativity in the production process. No option. He has to follow just like robot. He has to follow just like robot instructions and what are the things decided in the planning by higher authority. Okay. So here, what will happen? He has to work just like a robot, just like a machinery. That's all. He has no other option to make new changes or apply his creativity. What will happen? After some time, his creativity will slowly come down because if we don't use anything, that will be reduced. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Next, planning involves huge costs. Planning involves huge costs. See, this statement says that planning involves huge costs. Huge cost it seems. We have to pay or we have to spend a lot of money for the planning process. How you can ask? This is one of the limitations, one core limitation. See, for example, before deciding all these things, what we have to do? We have to collect some information. For example, we have to collect for what kind of the product demand is available in the particular city or particular state. If we produce which type of the product or which product we will be successful, and what is the approximate number of targeted customer, what is the buying capacity of the customers, what are their likes and dislikes, what are the features they like and they do not like. All the information have to be collected, right? For that, we need to spend money. All the information will not be available free of cost, right? For some information we need to pay. For some information we need not pay. When we need to pay, in that case, planning proves costly. I mean, planning involves huge cost. I gave only one example. To collect the information, we need to pay more money. Their planning involves huge cost. And one more example, because he will not be having knowledge in all the fields. He needs some expert advisors. When he needs some or few experts advice, then he may have to pay the money. Therefore, planning involves huge cost. Right? Notice, right? Okay. Next, limitation is planning is time consuming. I mean, here we say that, or this statement says that planning is time consuming. I mean, planning consumes a lot of time. In the previous statement, we learned that before planning, we need to collect some information. We can take the same example. We need to collect the information about the customer, their likes, dislikes, their approximate number, their buying capacity, the features they like, the features they do not like, our competitors, all the information we have to collect. Some information will be available very soon. For some information, we may have to wait for a long time. Unless and until we collect those information, we cannot plan. If we plan without proper information, our planning may not sound good. I mean, our planning may not be successful. So we have to wait for the information. When the information is not available immediately, in that case, planning consumes lot of time. For example, for some information we may have to wait 1 month. For some information we may have to wait 3 months, 4 months. In that case, planning consumes lot of time. Okay, fine. The last one, planning does not guarantee success. Planning does not guarantee success. This statement says that planning doesn't guarantee success always. I mean, we have got two cases or two examples. The planning may not give you guarantee of success when the planning is not formed properly or planning is not made properly. In that case, planning may fail or planning may not guarantee success. The second case, planning is sound one and planning is made proper based on the proper information. Everything is awesome, everything is very good, but planning is not implemented properly. In that case also, planning will not guarantee you success. Right? Understood, right? Okay, there are two cases. Okay, now this is cause features of planning. Features of planning. Features of planning. The first feature, planning focuses on achieving objectives. See here, this first feature or the first statement says that planning focuses on achieving objectives. I mean group goals, profit or growth and expansion, whatever it may be. Fine? Okay. See, planning is a part of what? Planning is a part of management. Planning is a part of management. Planning is a part of management, right? Since the management is goal-oriented process, as a part of management, planning is also goal-oriented. I mean, in the second class I told you, management is a goal-oriented process. I mean, we saw the features of management. Since the management is a goal-oriented process, planning is a part of management, right? So here, planning is also a goal-oriented process, because as I told you in the yesterday's class, planning involves, or planning is nothing but deciding in advance what to do, where to do, how to do, who is to do, and when to do. I mean, we carry on all these activities, or we make all these decisions just to reach the organization's goal, not for any other purpose. I mean, the whole planning process will be undertaken just to attain the organization's goal, not for any other purpose. In the first or second class I told you, the whole management process will be undertaken just to reach the organization's goal. In the same way, as a part of management, planning is also directed towards the achievement of the goal. Okay, fine. Next feature is planning is a primary function. Planning is a primary function of management. Planning is a primary function of management. See, in the earlier classes we learned that management has got 5 functions: planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and staffing. See, among those 5 major functions, planning is a primary one it seems. Primary function it seems. I mean, very important function. Here, I would say that without planning, we cannot carry on rest 4 functions. For example, without planning, we cannot carry on controlling function or staffing function. Let's say example, staffing function. See, unless we plan for the staffing function cannot be undertaken properly. We have to plan how many employees should be selected and what are the qualities the employees should be having, and when to start the staffing function and when to end it. How many HRs should be there? How many managers should be there? Okay, all the things must be planned. Only then staffing can be done properly. So here, planning plays as a foundation for all the 4 functions: staffing, organizing, directing, controlling, etc. So without planning, no other functions can be carried on. You understand, right? Without planning, no other functions can be performed. Example, we saw staffing. Even if you want to perform controlling function, for that we need to have planning first. How to, what should be the target? How to compare the actual performance with the target, and what are the measures we should undertake for the deviations. All the things must be planned. Then only controlling function can be undertaken. So here, planning is a primary function among all the 5 managerial functions, right? Okay. Next, third feature is planning is purposive. Planning is all purposive. All purposive. See, in the first or second class we learned that management is all purposive. I mean, universally applicable. Management is applicable to all the organizations in the world, irrespective of their nature, size, place, etc. Right? As a part of planning, as a part of management, it is also all purposive, because without planning, the organization's goal cannot be reached. For example, assume that we stop planning. What will happen? In the planning, what are the things we do? For example, in the planning, we divide the whole activity and assign to different persons or different departments. So as to avoid confusions, overlapping, or duplication of work, then groupism, arguments, those things. When we stop planning, all the problems will creep in. So, to avoid all the problems, we need to have planning till the organization exists, or we need to have planning in all the organizations in the world. Fine? The moment we stop, the organization's fall will start. Okay, next, planning is a continuous process. Next feature is planning is a continuous process. statement says that planning should be undertaken till the organization exists. We cannot stop in between. Okay, we have attained profit of so much of money, so I stop planning here itself. That should not be the concept. Planning should not be stopped. It should be carried on till the organization exists. As I said to you in the earlier statement, the moment we stop planning process or planning function, the fall of the organization starts. Because assuming that we stop the planning, what will happen? We will not divide the work and assign to different department. Then, as a result, there will be problem of groupism, misunderstanding, then duplication of work, overlapping of work, all the things. At the end of the day, it is the organization which will be affected. To be very simple, in the previous classes we studied that management is a continuous process. Management is nothing but combination of planning, organizing, directing, controlling and staffing, right? So if a manager is undertaking planning, it is nothing but manager is undertaking management. So we learned that management is continuous process. So planning as a part of management, it is also a continuous process. I mean, in between we cannot stop. If we stop, organization after some time organization will come to end. Okay. Next feature is planning is futuristic. Planning is futuristic. And this statement says that planning is just based on the future. I mean, here I said to you, planning is a process of deciding in advance what to do, how to do, where to do, when to do. I mean, all the things will be decided only for the future, not for the present or the past. I mean, planning is undertaken in the present, that will be directed towards the future. Okay, fine. Planning is just process of preparing the future activities. That's all. Right? I mean, whatever the things we decide in the planning, that will be implemented in future, not in present or past. Okay, fine. Okay, next feature is planning involves decision making. Planning involves decision making. See, the meaning itself, we learned that in the planning, what we do, we take decisions in advance. That's all. We take decisions, or we decide in advance. That's all. What are the things we decide? What to do, where to do, how to do, who is to do, when to do, etc. Fine. So planning involves decision making. You agree, right? In the planning, what we do, we just take decisions. That's all. We take just decisions, but those decisions will be in advance. That's all. The last feature is planning is a mental exercise. Planning is mental exercise. Planning is mental exercise. I mean, in the planning, what a CEO can, because since the planning is not individual activity, CEO cannot sit alone and plan for the organization. CEO cannot be expert in all the fields. If he sits alone and plans for the organization, planning may go wrong. So what he has to do is, he has to call experts from different departments, expert from marketing field, sales field, purchase department, then technical department. He has to have all the experts and get their suggestions. So here planning means mental activity. I mean, all the heads of different departments sit together and they will give ideas and have a discussion. At the end of the day, finding out based on the suggestions given by the expert, CEO prepares a final planning. Right? So here planning is a mental exercise. I mean, planning is just based on thinking and finding out the best ideas or best path for the success of the organization. Okay, thank you. In this class we discussed about two concepts. What are the limitations of planning, and next we discussed about features of planning. Okay, thank you.